up on his TikTok live. Jeudy came out and said, y'all cut the clip perfectly for that narrative. Y'all can never get in between this shit, LOL. He also went out and said, I don't speak on decisions that aren't mine to make. I support my teammates, brothers. I do my job and control what I can control. Let's stop creating narratives that aren't there for likes and clicks. I bet this won't go viral because it's too positive / real for y'all. Guys, do you think this is something, or do you guys think this is nothing? Jeudy's TikTok live putting up for...
Nobody saw this coming. Not the Cleveland media, not the NFL analysts breaking down the Browns quarterback room, and definitely not the people who spent the last year attacking Shedeur Sanders. Because one TikTok live video just exposed everything. A 4-second clip. That's all it took. A number 4 thrown up on camera over and over again, and suddenly the entire Cleveland Browns quarterback controversy is back on fire. This is Shedeur Sanders, this is Jeudy, and this is the story the NFL world can't stop talking about right now. So here's the real question everybody in Cleveland is asking. Is Jeudy telling the truth? Or did Cleveland's own Pro Bowl wide receiver just get caught red-handed, live, in front of thousands of people?
You know me, in the show I like to concede. I don't need to be the right guy.
Yeah.
Kieran, go back to Jeudy's response, please, sir. Go back to what Jeudy said in response to everybody.
Yes, Jeudy's first response was, y'all cut the clip perfectly for that narrative. Y'all can never get in between this shit.
And then the next one.
The next one, he said... I don't speak on decisions that aren't mine to make. I support my teammates and brothers. I do my job and control what I can
respect
control.
that. Okay. What do they say? The truth is short and the lie is long. Okay. If it was about the baby, or little baby, just be like, hey, bruh, I was just throwing up a little baby sign. Chill.
It started simple. It always does. Somebody asked Jeudy a question during a TikTok live stream. A simple, harmless question. Who do you want starting at quarterback for the Cleveland Browns? And Judy threw up a 4. Not once, not twice, over and over, again and again, right there on camera for the whole internet to see. ESPN Cleveland clipped it, posted it, tagged it, and within hours the Browns quarterback debate exploded across every NFL social media page in the country. Because everybody in America already knows what that 4 means in this specific quarterback battle. Deshaun Watson wears number 4 in Cleveland. Shedeur Sanders wears number 12. You do the math. Football fans across the USA already did. Think about that for a second. A backup wide receiver's TikTok live, something that should have disappeared in an hour, turned into national NFL news within a single afternoon. That tells you something about where the Cleveland Browns quarterback conversation actually stands right now, whether the front office wants to admit it or not. Jeudy saw the backlash coming from a mile away, and he tried to shut it down fast. He came out swinging on social media, said the clip was cut for a narrative, said people can never let anything breathe without turning it into Browns quarterback drama. Said he doesn't speak on decisions that aren't his to make, said he supports his brothers in that Cleveland Browns locker room, does his job, controls what he can control. Sounds mature, right? Sounds like the calm, professional response every NFL veteran is coached to give. But here's where things get crazy, because if it was really that innocent, why does the explanation take 4 full sentences instead of 1? Why does a Pro Bowl receiver need a paragraph to explain a hand sign? Here's the problem with Jeudy's story. If Judy really was just throwing up a little baby reference, a rap sign, nothing deeper, nothing about the Cleveland Browns quarterback battle, the truth is one line. Nah, that's just my hood sign. Chill. Nothing to see here. That's it. Done. Story over. No trending topic, no viral debate. Instead, he gave the internet a full statement, a media-trained answer, a carefully worded response built to survive scrutiny. That's not even the most shocking part, because there's an old saying that gets repeated in NFL locker rooms across America, word for word, year after year. A truth is short, a lie is long. And Jeudy's response to the Shedeur Sanders quarterback controversy was long. Think about every time you've caught somebody in a lie growing up. It's never a short answer. It's always the long, detailed, over-explained version, the version that sounds rehearsed instead of real. That's exactly what NFL fans across the country heard when they replayed Judy's statement word for word.
It's not a reach, because lest we forget, can you pull up the clip here? Lest we forget, less than a season ago, okay? Yes. Shedeur and Jerry Jeudy clearly had some beef on the sidelines. Like, we can't act like there's not some tension between the two. And then when he asked about,
I can't relate to this.
When he got asked about,
I can't relate this, bro.
When he got asked about
football, dude.
This is a non-sports playing team. He didn't play sports in high school.
We should say this.
I used to get it in with my golf team.
Listen.
Can you finish your thought?
Would you say a truth is?
Now here's where this Cleveland Browns story gets uncomfortable for a lot of NFL fans. Because if this happened with any other rookie quarterback in the league, nobody bats an eye. A veteran wide receiver saying he trusts the 8-year vet over the second-year guy? That's not controversial anywhere else in the NFL. That's just football strategy. But say it about Shedeur Sanders, son of Deion Sanders, former Colorado Buffaloes superstar, and suddenly it's a 5-alarm national story. Now pay attention to this. The real problem was never Jerry Jeudy having an opinion on the Browns quarterback battle. The real problem is Judy denying he ever gave one, while the footage says otherwise. Nobody in Cleveland is mad that Judy wants Deshaun Watson to start. People are mad that he won't just say it out loud like a grown man. This is the exact same conversation happening in every NFL city right now, from Cleveland to New York to Los Angeles. Veteran players versus rookie quarterbacks. Loyalty versus honesty. And Shedeur Sanders just happens to be standing at the center of it whether he wants to be or not. And this is where the whole story unravels for Browns fans watching at home. Because remember, this isn't the first time there's been tension between these two Cleveland teammates. Less than a season ago, cameras caught something on the sideline, some kind of visible friction between Shedeur Sanders and Jerry Jeudy during a Browns game. When reporters asked about it directly, on camera, Judy kept it short, real short. We spoke about it, we good. 2 sentences, case closed. No paragraph, no explanation, no gaslighting. That's not even the most shocking part. So Jerry Jeudy absolutely can keep things brief when he wants to. He's proven it before, on this exact topic with this exact teammate. He just didn't want to this time. And NFL fans across the country notice the difference immediately. Compare the two answers side by side, and it practically writes the headline for you. Short and clean when it's about a real conflict, long and defensive when it's about a hand sign. That contrast alone is why the Shedeur Sanders story refuses to die down on social media. Now let's talk actual football, because the stats matter more than the drama here. Shedeur Sanders, second-year Cleveland Browns quarterback. 7 touchdowns, 10 interceptions as a rookie. Not a great start to an NFL career. Nobody serious is arguing that. Deshaun Watson, 8-year NFL veteran, former Pro Bowler, a quarterback with real playoff experience at the highest level, because the numbers tell a completely different story than the outrage does. There's nothing crazy about a wide receiver wanting the proven veteran quarterback under center in Cleveland. That's not disloyalty to a young teammate. That's just wanting to win football games in a brutal AFC North division. So why hide it? Why not just say it like Judy said everything else in that same TikTok live? That's the real mystery every Browns insider is trying to figure out right now. Because this isn't just a Cleveland Browns story anymore. It's a national NFL storyline. Analysts on ESPN, NFL Network, and sports radio stations across the USA are all asking the exact same thing. Is Cleveland building around Shedeur Sanders for the future? Or is this locker room quietly leaning toward Deshaun Watson as the guy who gives them the best shot to win right now?
Red-handed with the force.
You know what I'm not gonna lie? You know what they sound like, bro? You know what they sound like?
Players.
You know what they sound like? They sound like they making up stuff in their own head, like they're hurt about something. Like they're looking for issues. Y'all are projecting insecurity right now.
It's crazy, bro.
Y'all sound like, bro. It sound like y'all just went through a phone. You said hot tour at 7:53. That was past whenever you were home from that work dinner. Bro, y'all sound crazy, bro.
I'll be crazy.
Come on now.
I'll be crazy.
Look at how clipped up that video is.
I'll be crazy,
It's such a nonsense video.
He said, you know, you're fucked up now.
Menace Society. Yeah.
And the fans noticed. Cleveland noticed. The entire NFL internet noticed. Because this isn't really about a hand sign anymore. This is bigger than a TikTok clip. It's about trust inside an NFL locker room. It's about whether a Cleveland Browns player can say what he actually believes, or whether everyone around Shedeur Sanders is too scared of the backlash to just be honest about who they wanted quarterback. Here's where the media's argument completely falls apart, because you can't build a "we're all brothers, there's no drama here" narrative on national sports media and then get caught mouthing along to lyrics about the exact same quarterback debate you claim doesn't even exist. Either it's nothing or it's something. It can't be both, no matter how many times Jeudy says it is. So where does this leave Shedeur Sanders heading into the rest of the season? Right back where he's been all year long, under a microscope, getting picked apart by NFL analysts and fans for things that would be a non-story for literally any other young quarterback in the league. A 4-second TikTok clip about a Cleveland Browns wide receiver isn't really about the wide receiver at all. It's about how much weight the name Sanders still carries inside that building and across NFL media as a whole. And what happened next left Browns fans stunned, because instead of the story quietly fading away like Judy probably hoped, it kept growing, kept spreading across every major sports platform in America, kept forcing people to ask the exact same question over and over again. If Shedeur Sanders wasn't who he is, would anybody even care about a hand sign on a TikTok live? Probably not, and that's exactly the point. This is what happens when you're the most talked about young quarterback in the entire NFL. Every gesture gets analyzed. Every teammate's TikTok gets screenshotted. Every silence gets treated like a headline. That's the reality of being Shedeur Sanders in the Cleveland Browns organization right now, for better or worse. Whether you love Shedeur Sanders or you're completely tired of hearing his name every single week, one thing is becoming impossible to deny across the entire NFL landscape. Every single time somebody tries to bury him in a narrative, the tape ends up telling a completely different story. A 4-second video wasn't supposed to mean anything, but it did, and it will keep meaning something every time this Cleveland Browns quarterback battle resurfaces, because that's the danger of playing games with the truth on camera in front of millions of NFL fans across the country. Eventually, somebody rolls back the footage. Jeudy didn't create this storm. He just got caught standing right in the middle of it. And Shedeur Sanders, he didn't even have to say a single word. The internet said it all for him. This is the Cleveland Browns quarterback story that just won't go away. Not this week, not this season, not until somebody in that building finally makes the call and stands behind it in public. Until then, every TikTok live, every hand sign, every offhand comment about Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson is going to keep getting the exact same treatment. Full breakdown, full scrutiny, full national attention. Because that's just what happens when your name is Sanders in the National Football League. If this Cleveland Browns breakdown hit different, you already know exactly what to do. Hit that subscribe button right now, turn on notifications, because this Shedeur Sanders story is far from over, and you do not want to miss what's coming next in this Browns quarterback saga.